What's up, everybody? This is Versus, episode 42. I'm John Moore. That's Will Cohen. How is it going tonight, Will?
It is going okay. It's ironic that this is episode 42 because this movie does not give any answers to the universe, let alone answers at all. Uh, it just leaves you with more questions. Mainly, why the fuck was this made?
Well, clearly, someone watched Grave Encounters and they were like, this is shit. I can do it so much better. And you come up with a movie called Paranormal Demons.
Well, records say this place has been around for already over 100 years.
Whoa, what a mansion, man.
And during the Second World War, it was a German military hospital. And when East Community came in, it completely decayed and didn't find a new owner.
Sadly, looks like no one's been cleaning up in here in a while.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh my god. Michael?
Let's go! No,
I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
we're not supposed to be here!
I'm not even going to edit that. I'm leaving that trailer exactly as it is, where they keep that title card up forever. Like they even couldn't make a trailer correctly. Oof. Will, where do you want to start?
So, found footage is one of those genres that you either love or you hate. But even if the people who absolutely love it, like I do, understand that there are just certain cinematic crimes that that the found footage genre attempts to get away with on a regular basis, and this film really attempts to like break every single crime there. Like you have people holding onto cameras for far too long. You have camera glitches being added when it's clearly digital.
Yeah.
You have shots where it's unclear who's holding the fucking camera. And at the end of the day, you just don't care anymore.
I also like. Okay, let's jump into the actual story. So we have our main character, Mary Sheffield. She says her full name several times: Mary Sheffield, Mary Sheffield, Mary Sheffield.
My name is Mary Sheffield, and I study media science at Humboldt University in Berlin.
This movie's like takes place in Germany, I guess, because she's going to university. Her and all of her friends, all either there's some form of English, American, Australian. There's no people in the movie that even look or sound German, but you'd think somebody would sound German if they all go to the University of Berlin. Right, but nobody even. The only one that sounds German is the psychic lady they go to meet.
I'm not that old. Frau Weiss, I am so sorry. My colleague Michael over here completely overreacted. It doesn't seem to be the brightest bulb in chandelier.
That's it.
Right.
Everybody else is just like transplanted British people in Germany. We'll start there. She is, I guess, a graduate student, and she's like a non-believer in parapsychology. She's like one of these debunkers. It's the same old shit. It's like I don't believe in ghosts and the paranormal. Like, well, guess what? You're about to find out. That's every movie.
Well, and this even takes things a step further when she's talking about it, because for some reason she's bringing up the dark web, and so I shit you not, she is literally comparing ghost videos to snuff films and child pornography.
The side where pages can be viewed on the so-called dark web, where one can pursue any and all desires. Child pornography, animal pornography, sadism, fantasies of terror, propaganda of violence, the misery of humanity, limited to disgusting thumbnails and even worse videos.
Yeah, that happens. Like, you can find all kinds of stuff there. Child pornography, animal pornography. It's like, whoa, slow down.
It's like, I was watching this at like 1 a.m, and even then I had to like still take a step back. I'm like, I know I had a fair amount to drink tonight, but what the fuck am I actually watching at this point? Like, so they set the tone very, very early on. This is just going to be some straight up dog shit.
So we got Mary, we got Josh, who is, I don't know what he is to her. He's her roommate, boyfriend, I don't know what he is. I think they're together, but they definitely live together.
It's the, like, he likes her. She's not giving him the time of day. He is deep in that friend zone. He is like level 7 friend zone.
Oh, it's your boy though. It's a dope ass little camera, man. But can they handle me? That's a question. Can they handle your boy with them glasses? Glasses off, glasses on.
But he is actually her camera guy.
Yeah, but they do live because they say they're flatmates once. So I think
but that's his main job on this whole like debunking thing, is that he's a camera guy because he actually gets offended that they actually hire a cinematographer.
Yeah, so her whole thing now is this is like her final paper. There's a place outside of Berlin where there's a video that was made, and she's going to debunk this video where you see like I think 2 or 3 men get killed by like the dude from Time Crimes shows up and kills 3 guys. And that's basically what it is. It's just a guy with like shit wrapped around his head stabbing people shows up in the video. And she's like, oh, this is fake. We're going to show that it's fake. And the funny thing is, the criteria she gives is like, there'd be police reports if this was real. And then the next scene is the guy, Josh, who's like, oh, here are the police reports. It's real.
The article about our video.
Yeah.
According to the author, the video was recorded 50 kilometers away from Berlin 2 years ago. After all the dead bodies disappeared and the cameraman who also died in hospital, the investigations were stopped.
Like, oh, okay, good. But she's still skeptical. So she wants to make it a big deal. So she hires another cinematographer guy who was actually the director. Like that guy, the weird guy, is actually the director of the movie.
I think his name is Jacob.
No, Dave is the
That's
clearly
right.
autistic cinematographer. And that's actually the director of the movie. His name is David Bruckner, not to be confused with David Bruckner. And I hope nobody's made that mistake, because David Bruckner would get offended if he was put in the same bus as this guy.
He better not try to hit on Mary.
Then there's also another cameraman, Michael, who shows up, and his line delivery is dog shit.
Hi guys! How you been? Good. How are you? Yeah, good. Thank you.
Hey, Mary, it's been nice catching up. Where's Josh? Thank you.
Thanks.
And there's another,
like dying, Kroger brand Christian Slater, is Michael. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Julia is the other girl. I don't know what her job is. I guess they're all just carrying cameras. So there's 5 people.
I'm pretty sure Julia's job is just cannon fodder.
Yeah, Julia's just with Michael, and she's there. So they drive out to this like abandoned. It was a hospital, and then it was a Nazi experimental place, and then the Russians took it over. It's got a lot of illustrious history of just places where people were doing wacky shit to people. Then like some weird guy shows up, like some homeless guy shows up who's like the caretaker, and they scare him. And then Michael brought a gun.
I watch over this building. Leave!
Let him go. He can't breathe.
Let me go. or I'm gonna fucking kill you.
And whatever.
That's allegedly full of blanks. Yeah.
Full of blanks, but it isn't. Honestly, this movie is so straightforward, but describing it is so confusing because like things happen that I think they're deliberately not explained and they're trying to be mysterious, but like it's a straightforward movie. It's like,
well, what confuses matters even further is that everything, like every little thing that happens, like, Mary tries to explain away, and her explanations are so fucking paper thin. It's ridiculous.
And like she gets like every time she does things, she gets called out by like the universe. Like she does this whole thing where she's like, "I'm going to show you how they make these fake ghost chairs move."
And just like that, you got yourself a fake ghost video.
So she ties like fishing line around a chair and she drags it. And she's like, "See, look, that's how it does it." And then the second she walks away, the chair goes flying in the opposite direction. Not like it tips over and falls down. It goes flying off. And she's like, "Oh, that was fake."
Thank you. I know. I tried. Oh my god.
Like this shit is real.
How? Mary, how?
Well, and my favorite scene amongst everything is she's down in the basement, like, and this is in the trailer.
Yeah.
Where she discovers the book, or she's flipping through like all the artwork. For some reason, she is not getting weirded out by the very, very audible children's voices happening all around her.
That's sweet. Oh, a children's book.
But all of a sudden, she sees a dude just walk by, gets freaked the fuck out.
Change.
Runs screaming her head off. Finally, runs into the other group, and the rest of the group, and then less than 30 seconds later, oh, that didn't happen.
I was just seeing things. Yeah, it didn't happen.
Like,
What? I didn't see, I must have imagined it. No, nobody was there.
Are you kidding me?
I have to have imagined it.
okay, bitch. I like to deny things occur sometimes too. Pump the brakes. Just pump the brakes. That's all I'm saying.
And then from there on out, it's just like we're kind of in the third act of the movie. Everything starts going downhill, even though they're in the open, and you see all the aerial shots of like where they are. Like, the car doesn't start, and they can't get out of the place. Like they're running past windows that you can see the outdoors, right? But they never leave the building to get. Like they don't even try. The only guy that tries is Michael jumps out the window and he gets to the car.
I'm sorry.
It's too frenetic. Does the movie feel too frenetic to you?
You see, this is one of those crimes that happen, that just tends to happen with like really bad found footage movies where everyone's just running so frantically, which at the end of the day, half the times doesn't need to happen. Especially like you said, this is a building full of fucking windows.
Huge windows.
And not only that, there's enough debris that, like, I mean, Josh is not a small dude. Michael is not a small dude. All he has to do is just pick up a chair, a brick, Julia, throw them out the window, break the window, jump out.
But instead, they're going upstairs, they're going downstairs, they're going through, they're going into tunnels when there's 1,000 doors that lead outside. Like it's not like Grave Encounter. Like I would understand if they did the Grave Encounters thing, where like the doors don't lead to anything, and like the building itself is like constantly rearranging itself. I think they're trying to go for that, but they don't do anything to support that because you can clearly see the outside all the time.
And the thing that boggles my mind even further on this is that usually when like in found footage movies, like when all of this shit is going down, it's at nighttime, so it's like they don't want to be out in the dark. This is broad fucking daylight, like the majority of the time that this is happening. Like I think like for like maybe a few minutes, it
like
might be
the very end of the
nighttime.
movie, it's nighttime. But like but when things start going haywire, it's like not, it's bright outside. You're right. But okay, then the freaking dude, the wrapped head dude, shows up, and he just picks them off like one by one. Even and the funny thing is like Michael, what has the gun, and he blows the one thing. He shoots the guy dead. But then another one shows up, and another one shows up, and another one shows up. So they're just fucked.
Yeah. So, so Michael, very thankfully, is the first to die. Pretty unceremoniously, he's like picked up, like his neck is snapped or something. Like
they ripped his head off or something. It's hard.
Yeah, I blinked twice and missed it because I just didn't give a shit. Julia is like somehow dragged and like tied to a chair, and eventually she is like essentially gutted with a mini scythe.
Yeah, she's tied to like an old school like hospital table, and they disembowel her. Cool. I don't ever know what happens to David. They must have gotten him outside or something, because I don't ever know what happens to him. He's just outside playing with the drones, and we never see him again.
I mean, but that's the other like big crime that happens with found footage films. You just start losing characters without explanation.
I'm gonna do my research and figure it out and put a clip here. Maybe we'll find out what happened to him. Yeah. Then we're down to just Josh and Mary, and they run everywhere. They just run. There's no attempt to like get out of the building. They're just like running left, running right. They sit. It's like, oh, if we're quiet, we're good.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, but we have to go now.
And they're not.
Yeah,
they're not good.
All of a sudden, they use night vision
for no reason. Yeah,
which like you don't think that these guys can see in the dark. Because their home is the dark. They're a bunch of Banes. God damn it! Come on, guys. Really?
Yeah. And then Josh winds up getting killed, and then the movie ends. That's it.
Yeah, we see Mary like escape. Like,
I don't think she escapes. I hear her be like, "It's like, oh my god, it's real," and like you don't know if she escapes.
Well, no, if you look like on the like the left hand side of the corner, she like opens up like some kind of hatch and climbs down.
Oh, so she's dead.
So like we see her climbing out of frame, but like for all we know, like I can't remember if there's a sequel to this or not. So if there is a sequel, chances are she's going to be like the one survivor, and she's going to be like on this little thing going, "Oh, this was all fake."
I don't think there's a sequel, but I'm down for it if there is.
I could have sworn that there was like a Paranormal Demons too.
Anything we left out here? Let's see.
Honestly, I don't think so. I think, like you said, this film is very straightforward, but they complicate matters so hard. And it's like there's no reason why this couldn't this film is only like 96 minutes long. There's no reason why this had to be 96 minutes long.
Yeah, there's no Paranormal Demons 2. This is it.
Yeah, this could have been done in like less than 70 minutes, guys.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let's get to these ratings. Part of me like wanted to rate this higher because it's not like aggressively bad, but it's bad enough in every domain that it's the same. But I'll let you go first. I know we did rate it the same. Go ahead.
Yeah, I gave it 1.5. Again, anytime that you take you take one of my beloved subgenres of horror and make it look hackneyed and stupid, you're getting a big middle finger from me. And this was just lazy writing for the sake of lazy writing. It's like that again. This could have been like, if this would have been like a tight 70 minutes, I would have given this a bigger pass, because the acting is actually not fully atrocious. It's bad, but it's not like My Uncle John is a Zombie bad, for instance.
Right.
But at the same time, they just meandered so much. They meandered as much as the crew meandered through this goddamn hospital.
I'm in the same thing, 1.5. Like, the acting's bad, the found footage tropes are bad. I mean, the bad guy is kind of cool, but it's just a hulking dude with weapons. That's all it is. We've seen that before. That is Paranormal Demons. Next week, the next film in the ITN library is actually a sequel to a movie that the original was not an ITN movie. So next week, I think it would make sense if we're just gonna do both the movies. We're gonna do a Telophobia and a Telophobia Chapter 2, which is the ITN movie, because I'm interested in this franchise. So we're gonna watch them both. Will, is that okay?
That's perfectly fine with me.
All right, so come back next week for that. If you made this part of the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror, and if you're into it, go to the Why We Love Horror Challenge over on Letterboxd. We appreciate that. And if you do happen to watch Paranormal Demons, even though we're telling you not to, there is a drink and a drinking game in the comments. I mean, right above the comments in the description of this video for you to check as well. Will, final words.
We appreciate you guys checking us out. We go through a lot of emotional and visual torture to bring you guys the best content every week. So thank you so much for taking this journey with us.
Remember, your schedule here is always the same. Sunday is Why We Love Horror TV. Monday it's Versus. You're watching it. Thursday, Why We Love Horror. Friday, Why We Love Horror Trivia. We'll see you next week here. Anytime on Versus.